Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well out there, and this week I've actually decided to complete my Q&A because last week I had so many questions and I actually couldn't fit them into one video, so I said I'd split it up into two and answer some questions this week, and obviously the rest of the other questions I answered last week. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Just sit down, relax, and it shouldn't be too long of a video because majority of the questions were done last week, like I said. What is the best worst thing about having natural hair again? Well, okay, I never really had natural hair because my mum had always been perming my hair from a young age. I think from like the age of 4 or so. So I never actually ever experienced having my own hair out. So I don't think there's anything worst about having natural hair again because I've never experienced it before. These are just like new experiences I'm going through. So I could answer what are the best and worst things about having natural hair in general, but not again. I think the best thing about having natural hair right now is my hair is actually really full. So if I show you guys a bit of my edges, they're a bit crusty right now, but my edges are actually really full. And like I kind of had an issue with the thinning of my edges before when I was permed, and like the thickness of my hair has actually been restored. One thing I hate about having natural hair is I can't use heat on my hair, and a lot of the times I wear wigs and my afro's now got to a point where I can't put a wig on without it looking poofy, so I have to actually braid my hair. But I don't want to braid my hair without putting a bit of, you know, heat maybe from the blow dryer on it, because it stretches out, you know, the length a bit. That's one thing I also hate as well. I hate that you get a lot of shrinkage. So my hair should probably look a lot longer than it is, but it doesn't because it shrinks a lot. What advice would you give to your younger self? I'm still young in my own opinion. I'm only 19. So if I was maybe 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, what would I tell myself? I would probably tell myself not to worry about quite a lot of things. I took education so seriously back then, and I know you should take education seriously, but I took it way too seriously, and now I'm at uni. This is mainly the point that counts, and you know, obviously A-levels as well, but before that I wish I had a bit more fun. So I would probably tell myself to have a bit more fun and not to care so much about, you know, my books. This is probably not good advice to tell myself, but I probably would have saved myself from a few stress attacks or lots of anxiety. So I would tell myself to chillax and relax. I would tell myself to not even worry about the way I look or the way, you know, my hair's growing or how my arms look or how my belly looks, because you know, you're going to be dealing with that much later on in life, and there's no point, you know, thinking about how you are now. You could change it as you get older. So I'll tell myself not to worry about that. And because I've obviously grown into my looks a bit, and you know, I feel a lot more confident now than I did back then, so I would tell myself not to worry about that. What else would I tell myself? I don't think I tell myself much because I don't really have much regrets as a young person, because I'm not old yet, I'm still young. So yeah, I wouldn't really tell myself much. There's not much that I did when I was younger that I would change. If there's one thing you could change about your past, what would it be, and would you change anything at all? One thing that I would change about my past, I think, is that I would change how soon, or how late rather, I found Christ. I would change that back then I would have liked myself to know Christ a lot sooner, because you know, it would have helped me get through a lot of things I was dealing with back then a lot easier. Because you know, when you're 14, 15, you know, your idea of dealing with issues or problems is, you know, kind of go out, have fun with your friends, and you know, just maybe do a bit of underage drinking and go to all the parties on Walworth Road. But that's not exactly how I should have probably gone about some of my problems. I would have liked to have the knowledge that even if I was at home and there was an issue I'm going through, that I could talk to Christ about it, and probably even have some brothers and sisters in Christ that I could talk about it with. So that's one thing I would change. And yeah, apart from that, I don't think I would change anything else. I mean, everything that everyone goes through in life is for a reason, and there's a lesson that you can learn from everything. So I mean, I wouldn't exactly take away the bad events from my life, because you know, I've learned lessons from them. So yeah. What do you think the hardest thing is you faced, and how do you plan to overcome it? The hardest thing I faced, I think the hardest thing I faced would be in terms of academics. I mean, you guys already know the story. I feel like I repeat it so much now, but redoing my first year and, you know, having to work so hard was definitely a hard thing for me in terms of books and education. I always just thought myself to be smart, and I never really had to strive proper hard to get like a grade I want. So obviously seeing my results at AS and, you know, being faced with that, I kind of got knocked back a bit, and, you know, I kind of had to work a bit harder to get to where I wanted to be. So that was definitely difficult for me, and I obviously had to learn that sometimes what you put in is not always what you get. It's all about working smart, sometimes not harder. And I just kind of overcame that by, like I said, working smarter, not harder. So yeah. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? 10 years from now is a very long time. So I'll be 29. That's very old when I think about it. That means I've finished my youth. I've finished, you know, the best years of my life. Maybe not the best years, but, you know, I've done when I'm 29, where do I see myself? I see myself being very established in terms of what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do yet, but whatever it is, by 29 I hope that I'm at a very good position. I would have already mortgaged my house, because at 24 I'm just about to get on the property ladder. So by 29 I should be already in the house. You know, I want to have kids as well, so hopefully I would have almost just finished. I'll be just about getting ready to finish having some of my kids, because I only want 3. I don't want too many. Yeah, at 29 as well, I don't know. I think because 29 is so far away, I actually can't see that far into the future. So I don't know what I will be doing in 10 years. Yeah, it's too far away for me to comprehend. So I don't know what I'll be doing in 10 years apart from the generic husband, wife, you know, job. Apart from that, yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing in 10 years. What kind of videos are you planning on making? To be honest, what you guys want to see, I could definitely do it. I mean, if you guys want to see more talking videos, I could definitely sit down and do some more talking videos. I mean, if there's particular things you want me to talk about, I could definitely talk about those things. So maybe drop a comment in the description. No, don't drop a comment in the description. Drop a comment in the comments box below, and then, you know, I'll get around to it. I do plan on doing a lot of videos in terms of, you know, just relating to people in general. So whether it be with, you know, with God, or, you know, relationships, or makeup, or, you know, whatever you guys, like I said, really want to see, then I could definitely fit it onto my channel. There is no silly question, there is no silly subject to talk about, I guess. So I just really want to help people. So if you feel like it's going to help you, then go ahead and let me know what you want me to film. And that is all the questions, basically. So all of the questions from last week and obviously this week, that was what made up the whole Q&A. And I actually really enjoyed doing the Q&A. I really enjoyed it. I mean, answering questions about yourself isn't as bad as I thought. So I would definitely like to do another Q&A in the future, maybe much later than now. So maybe in a year's time or so, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, tune into my channel next week for the next video. Bye.